Welcome to the Bougie Black Brother Network. Good afternoon and welcome to Car Wax. I'm Michael, your Bougie Black Brother. And on this hot sunny day in Georgia, I'm chilling here with my co-host, Bougie Brother Sean. What's up, brother?
Hey, yo.
So we here, and I know been taking our time. There's a lot of stuff been going out, but I really wasn't too excited. But like Sean said, things are starting to pick up, and even pick up in a unique way. So it's no real blockbuster, but there's some unique stuff that's coming out that we definitely wanted to get into. And one that was kind of shocking to me, because I've been reading a lot of articles about Tyler, the Creator. He did the soundtrack to a couple of shows and movies. And he's been doing different things because he's a great producer. This dude put some things together that's really, really good with his music. So, and I think he was in one of these fashion magazines and had a big article with him. And it was really interesting to see where this guy was going. And then, boom, here comes a release. The new release, Igor. So, did you hear anything about this, Sean, or that just popped up in your radar as well?
Well, it was like rumors going around that he was going to release something. But it was like no singles. He wasn't like, he doesn't promote like that.
No. And that was funny for me too, because, with all these interviews he was going on, he didn't mention, but my next album coming out, that wasn't listed. If not, I didn't really catch it. I was catching a lot of the releases that he was doing. Like I told you, he was supposed to be, well, not supposed to be, I'm not sure. It was one of the cartoons, animated feature that he did all the music for. And then they've given him money to create one on his own. So he's out there doing some things, dude. He's really out there doing some stuff. So it was interesting that this album came out. So, but I got a feel about this, which kind of threw me off when I kind of listened to it, but I was wondering if we kind of got the same feeling. So the good thing of it was a 12 track. So I'm always good with a 12 track. You give me a good 12 track, I'm not really overwhelmed or underwhelmed. It's not an EP, but it's just enough to say, okay, I see what you was doing and everything. But your take, man. What did you think? And this is how I want you to kind of preface everything. When you went through this, what do you think he was trying to do? Because that was the thing that I had to stop before I listened to it the second time.
Well, let me start here. Mm-hmm. We definitely reviewed his last album, Flower Boy.
Yep.
Scumfuck Flower Boy.
Yeah.
And we had mixed reviews on that, like all the way around.
Right.
And that was a highly praised album. Mm-hmm. So for me, I was going into it like, oh boy, here comes these antics again. You know what I'm saying? This old gimmicky gay rap.
Right.
That's basically what I was expecting. So when I listened to it initially, I felt a breakup to makeup kind of feel coming off of it. Like I just broke up with my boyfriend, kind of, maybe. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, this is odd. Because they had man, the production was phenomenal on this album. I just want to say that off rip.
Okay.
The one, I think I'm falling in love. I was like, man, this old disco music. You know what I'm saying? But it was nice.
Right.
It was actually like, I was like, ugh. Okay. After I heard that, I was the first thought that came to my mind was, I am not gonna get this. This is not my personal vibe, but I have to get into the vibe to actually understand this album.
Right, right.
Right. So that's where I took myself when I started listening to more of this album. And then the more I got into it, I was just like, oh man, there's not even a lot of rap in this album. You know, it's like really full. It's like really theatrically full. You know, and you kind of and he's kind of singing sometimes on certain songs, and then he like the good thing is he changes his voice on a lot of these tracks too.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like you're not like, oh, this nigga Tyler is a stupid ass voice. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of just like he gives you a whole complete feel. You know what I'm saying? It definitely reminded me of how Solange did her album.
Really?
You know, it's
Really?
because he even put Playboy Cardi on there.
Yeah, he did. He did.
I was like, you're not trying to, you're not slick. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I took note of that. I'll just say that. So I think his intention was to try to make a love song, a love album, but kind of not rap. You know what I'm saying? I think this was his Love Below, so to speak.
Okay. So Tyler's doing so much in the industry, even outside of music. So the soundtrack that he did was the Grinch. So if you see the newest Grinch from 2018, he did the soundtrack for that.
Right.
So if you sit down with the grandkids or your niece's nephew and they want to see the Grinch, kind of listen to the feel of that. And he's supposed to be doing this one cartoon animated series that he created. So I walked in with all of that ready. I almost dismissed his previous album because even though we was critical of it, I really like him as a producer. I really, really do. But he's just crazy with what he talks about. And it's just kind of offsetting in a way. So I was kind of like, I wonder which one this will be like. So when I turned it on, the first word or the first thing that came in my mind was commercial. He wanted to commercialize this because he's been producing stuff like that for other people, you know, for soundtracks or TV shows and stuff. He's been doing a lot of kind of commercial stuff. And when you say the production was straight, it was straight, but in a way that is familiar because it was commercialized to me. And then when he started to do the sort of singing in there too, I was kind of like, wow, he's going somewhere different because of his different exposure. You know, because certain artists, the more they get exposed to other stuff, they change their style to accommodate that, and then it becomes their style. So then I saw a video that he had out, and it was Earthquake. And, you know, he's in his light blue suit. And the chick from Blackish is like the interview lady that's introducing him. So it was a little weird take on things. He has this blonde wig on. And it was cool. It was kind of like playful. But he took away the outsideness of his previous stuff. Because he was producing and doing stuff almost outside of everyone else.
Okay.
And this one didn't feel like this. This almost got to a commercial side and said, you know what? Everybody's kind of doing stuff like that. I can do it too. And since I'm familiar with it, let me do it in this way. Now, mind you, I didn't think it was bad, but I'm not a big fan, but I'm a fan of his work. This isn't the stuff that I want to hear from him. Because I know he's a lot more gifted than this. But when you try different things, I kind of respect it. Almost like Donald Glover. Donald Glover is like, I'm not going to be the rapper you want me to be. I'm going to be a singer, and then I may rap, Oh, then I may do something different. Then I want to do a Caribbean this, and I want to do. That's how creative Donald Glover is. So I had to kind of take an approach for Tyler the same way with this. I didn't, it wasn't overwhelmingly talented, but it was different. So that's why I kind of ask you that, because it seemed it was so much commercial, but it's what he's been doing. So it's not something that is totally left field to him. It's just what he was doing, and he just decided to make an album
Use
with
it for his own.
Yeah. So I had to, back to your point, when you said I got to get into what he's doing, even if he's having a love fest about another dude, I have to get at what he was doing, why he was doing, and was it, if you take everything off the top, was it decent? Was it a good release? Yeah, it was a good release. I just had to take it as not bad, Tyler. Nothing that I really would want from you, but I'll take this because this is who you are.
Okay. I thought it was good because, I'm just doing a little bit of backing on it.
Mm-hmm.
And Kanye West was on this, uncredited guest appearances. I'll just say it like that, and I'm just going to say the known names. Of course, Jerry Carmichael was the voice of the skits. Now, thinking about it now, looking at the name. Solange was on I Think I'm Falling in Love. Lil Uzi Vert was on the intro. Pharrell, Playboy Cardi, and Kanye West. CeeLo was also on there, too.
And Charlie Wilson.
CeeLo Green.
Yeah, but Charlie Wilson was on there, too. And Kanye. Mm-hmm.
Yep, he sure was. Yep, Charlie Wilson was on there, too. Mm-hmm. So, those are just a few names. There's a couple more people that wasn't credited on this album.
Right.
But I think that could be what you were hearing.
Okay.
Just the features, and just the way that he put the album together with the people on here.
Oh, so that's what you were saying about the Solange, because Solange had so many people on there, but you didn't really know who was on there until you went deeper into the details.
Right, and then still, even with the Jared Carmichael skits through the whole album, it was kind of like, okay, I want you to catch this, feel this vibe that I'm trying to give you, and here's my intermissions real quick, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I like the album. I thought the album was way better than anything he's ever put out.
Man, really?
Mm-hmm. I haven't listened to everything he's ever put out, so I'm not going to disrespect him like that. But
I got you.
From the last 3 to 4 previous projects, I think this is really good. It sounds modern. It doesn't sound like he's trying to take it somewhere else.
Right.
And it sounds like he understands that he can play the game.
Yeah.
He's been trying to avoid playing the game so much, but he gets so much credit for his music. Now he's just like you said, he's probably just like, let me just use some of this stuff that everybody's buying from me. And let me just make it my own. I just made the Grinch. I just made the Grinch motion picture soundtrack. Let me show them that I can do it for myself, or let me prove, I think this is him taking it to the next level.
Okay. So I respect that. I respect what he's doing. I do like that he's showing his versatility or growth. I'm not sure you can take it either way. I did like Flower Boy, but I like Wolf a little better than Flower Boy. But Wolf was a little more raw than Flower Boy.
Right.
So I like Wolf. So I like his stuff. I do like his stuff. It's just this one was different. But I know why it's different. So I always think about how much I like something that was released and would I put it back on. And this one is a no. I won't. No, not at all. It's not entertaining enough for me to put it back on. And if I put it on based on the guy's name, I'm still having thoughts of what his other stuff is as opposed to what this one is. You know, like if you hear a Nas and Nas is doing some kind of sing song, you're kind of like, what the fuck? It ain't bad. But as soon as you want to put Nas on again, you think of Nas. You don't think of what he's doing currently. So that's how this Tyler gets my mindset. Is kind of like, I'm used to what you have been doing, my nigga. But this one, I got you. I respect that. You changing. I know you in the industries and you're doing different shit. So hey, I got you. So it doesn't have replay value for me.
Wow. Well, this is something that I would actually pop back in.
Wow.
I enjoyed how it started. You know, it's a good writing CD. It's actually a decent one that you can put on, and like you said, it's short, it's sweet, and he stayed inside the box. Mm-hmm. He stuck to his pocket on this one.
Right.
It wasn't like what the hell is this? You know, like it was just like, okay. Oh, okay. It is commercial. Oh, okay. This is where you're taking it. Okay. So, he's in certain rooms with certain people now.
Yep.
You know, so I get that evolution. I get it. Okay. And you know, he's a little more censored, and I appreciate that part.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, that's the other part. I
appreciate the part that you ain't gotta be that explicit about your stories, bro. Like, that's not cool, man. You know what I'm saying? Let everybody like your stuff, man. Yeah, Nipsey said, man, I'm blue, man, but I can't rap blue on my music all the time. You know, I want everybody to listen to my music.
But everybody ain't like that though. I mean, some people are gonna stick to what they do and they're good at what they do. And it doesn't have to be for everybody. It just has to be good. So on one note, I agree with you. On another note, there's just people who I think they just stick to who they are, with what they repping, and I'm good with that because that's who they are. But in this case, I have to ask you this question. Even with this album and this way he's doing his album, is there anybody that's doing it better than him?
As a producer?
No, not a producer. That's what I released. So if you put a release that somebody's doing, probably rapper / singer and Tyler, would you go with that person who's been doing it, or would you go with the new Tyler?
I'm still waiting on Rick Ross album. I think Rick Ross album is going to sound beautiful.
So you think Rick Ross is going to be singing like this?
No, he's not going to be singing. But I think as far as his production, as far as the album is going to be put together,
okay,
yes.
So
most definitely.
So what I'm saying, and maybe I'm not as clear. What I'm saying is he's doing not a rap album. He's going into the genre like a Donald Glover and a lot of people doesn't. Logic goes back and forth.
Logic made an alternative rock album.
Yeah, and I love that because he was capable of doing a good job with that.
Right.
For me to continue to listen, because he did it in a way that was more entertaining to me, where this wasn't good enough to compete with others. That's why I don't want to listen. If I really wanted
where would you put Future?
Oh, Future's better than this.
Okay.
And I didn't really like Future that much, but I would rather hear Future though, because I know his style. He's been doing it. He's perfected it in a certain sense, and his production is just good enough too. So I'm good with that. But if I put them both together, man, I'm not listening to Tyler. Good effort, dude, but fuck out of here. It's not good enough yet. And he's leaning more toward the dude from Canada. You know, we did. He had one. We didn't even do his release this year. It's like a rapper that's trying to sing. And
you talking about Fonte?
No, Fonte's better than him. Fonte's better than him. And even his EP is better than this. Because I'm still listening to Fonte. So this isn't good enough. And I know you said you like it. I'm not trying to deter you from that. But when I do the comparison with someone who's trying something new, it's when I compare them to people who does it, he hasn't got to their level yet. So that makes it a little less. So that makes it less. That's why I'm trying to get
again, to your point, he's been doing it for everyone else. This is his first time doing it for himself.
Yep. Good point. Yep.
So he's still trying to get the kinks right.
Yeah, but I think he's going there. And maybe his next one with the critique and everything and him being a producer, he's probably listening to it and getting a reaction and saying, you know what I should have done is maybe this. Or, you know, that dude didn't understand what I was trying to do. Maybe I wasn't as clear. Or fuck that dude, I'm still going to do it my way. I mean, either way, he's fine. And I think he's going a route because you just said it. The rooms that he's in makes him say, you know what? I'm trying something different. I give you a big example of a guy that I love his music. And when he was moving so fast, I got really uncomfortable with his music is Flying Lotus. Flying Lotus started advancing the way he was doing stuff so fast, I couldn't keep up with it. But he was very creative. And then when you start seeing it, there's people who's doing the stuff that he's done like 4 years ago. They doing that now. He's that good as a producer that he was doing a lot of stuff that people didn't really get their hands on. But he's that good. Is Tyler that good? No, because I've heard people that done similar things to him. But he's good enough to say, you know, the next one I'm going to take it up another level because I'm that good. I just never know.
Blasphemy. Oh my goodness. Tyler, this is a good album, man. I don't even like, and this is me. I don't even like this guy.
I know. That's why I'm surprised.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know how I feel about this dude. You know, but I was just like, okay, this sounds good. So let me not be biased. Let me not hate on him. Mm-hmm. That was my first go round. Then I listened to it again, and I was just like, it's gay. All right, just pretend like it's not gay, and just pretend like you really like this dude, and just vibe out with him. Just vibe out with him, Sean. And then I started vibing out with him, and I was just like, okay, it sounds like he just broke up with his boyfriend, but it sounds good.
Right.
So that was my third go around. I was just like, damn, it doesn't sound bad, man. And that's what I was telling myself. I'm not trying to explain it to you. I'm just like, bro, this doesn't sound bad. So I listened to it one last time, and I'm just like, okay, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's not really anything that I'm skipping through. I can vibe this whole album out. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It ain't great at all by any means. Mm-hmm. It's not 2018 either. You know, but in 2019, this is a pretty good piece of product that he put out. You know, and in the light of music right now, today.
Yeah, okay.
Today, 2019.
Okay, perspective.
This is probably, this is definitely quality. This is one of the best pieces of product of the year.
Perspective, I see where you're going, but I don't want to use perspective. I don't. I mean, I agree with you when it comes to that. You know what I mean? But no, I'm not.
But as a Tyler fan, I feel you.
Yeah.
As a Tyler fan, this ain't it. This don't even sound like him.
Right.
Like I said, he only rapped once or twice on here, and then it wasn't even like it was on some old lovey-dovey shit.
Yeah. See, you know what I'm saying? And I don't. You know, the gay thing I'm straight with because it has nothing to do with me. He ain't in love with me, so I'm cool. And you know, even when you go through it, I'm fine. You know what I'm saying? Because my music is my music. So if you vibing off something that's good, then it's good. I'm fine. You know, I'm not gonna blast it down the street and they'll be like, "Yo, look at that motherfucking gay nigga." No, I'm not doing all that.
Bumping that Tyler.
But what I am saying is, regardless of who you are, if you make good music, you make good music, and I'm always good with that. But I just think that being a fan of how this guy does things,
Right.
this was mediocre. It's not that I hate. It's not a hated, and it's not a bad. It's just not good enough. And when I stack them, this won't be in my stack. Now, if nothing else keep coming out this year, a lot of people is going to start raising to the top because I'm kind of like, you know what? That wasn't as bad as I thought it was.
Right.
But, we got a lot of years still left. I mean, we almost at the halfway point. You know what I'm saying? So, good release. Different release. Got to give the guy respect. But that's not the Tyler that I like. So, I would rate this as an even 7.
As an even 7.
Even 7.
Much respect.
Because I like Tyler.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got a lot of respect for that guy.
Because if I didn't like his album, and it would be probably either low 6 or hitting the halfway point. But this guy is really good. And as a commercialized production, he still did better than a lot of other producers that's out there.
Heck yeah.
So he gets props just for that. But the singing and the low key rapping up in there, yeah, he can do better than that. And he done a lot of the vocal background people like he did in, the Flower one. You know what I'm saying? And the Flower Boy. And that was cool. I still liked how he did that. I just thought it was a little too much all the way through and not as good.
Okay. I give it a, because again, I'm really not a fan of this guy. But in respect of the album, and in perspective of, because in the long run, I gotta show respect to the album. I gotta show respect to the art. I'm giving this a even 8.
Okay. That's respectful though, dude.
Because again, I can put the album back on. I'm cool with it. And then I'm in my neo soul vibe right now. I'm in my little funk soul vibe right now. So this is perfect. Like rap ain't really hitting like that right now. So for me, I'm jamming to Jamala Woods. I'm jamming to the Shea Butter Baby. I'm jamming to this. I'm jamming to the Solange. Like for me, this is that year. This is a year for that type of music. So
yeah, because that's where it's turning. To your point, and that's weird. Because rap ain't hitting on a lot of shit right now, and it's very disappointing.
Yeah, man, it could be much better, but there's circumstances, universe, all types of crazy stuff, man. It's just like a lot of people delayed their music, and then when they delayed it, it was like Offset, for example, dealing with circumstances, but then he dropped his this year. I don't think it didn't miss the mark.
No,
it hit the mark, but I don't think it got the proper trendy tracks on there, so to speak. I guess it's not trending like it's supposed to, but his wife still is, so he cool now. You know what I'm saying? He's basically in the Jay-Z realm, to where I just got to play my position and get my numbers, and then just allow my wife to do everything, so so she can get off, but. Moral is, it's just the music is different this year. Music is really different this year, and it's very uniquely. You got to catch the good ones, and it's just not in hip hop at this current point in time.
And it's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's the thing is we expecting hip hop to be the leader, and for some reason this year it's not going that way. You know what I mean? And I'm still good with that, but.
Oh, big shouts out to Old Town Road though, taking over the whole billboards, man. He's Lil Nas X. He got a track with what's his name, Cyrus, the country guy.
Oh
Cyrus.
Yeah, Billy Ray Cyrus.
Yeah, man, they just dropped a video.
Yeah, I saw that, but I didn't I didn't see the video yet.
Really cool video.
Really?
Vince Staples cameoed on there. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Cool video. Yes. Landslide, song of the year right now. I'm calling it. There ain't
Wow.
nothing that's gonna overtop that. That's it right there, man. That's
That's
Mo
funny.
Bamba. That's 2018 Mo Bamba right
Damn.
there. So
That's funny. Yeah,
you
that's what's
know,
up. Go.
okay, yeah, but yeah, man, things a little bit different. I do give it the respect. I liked it more than Flower Boy, you know, and I see him kind of trying to blend both of them in the next album.
Yeah, yeah. It yeah. I don't I hope so, put it that way. I hope so. And he's capable. You know when you know people are better, but yet they come out with something like I wonder, I don't know, but yeah, we'll see. But stay tuned for part 2 in the episode when we get into our second half music review of this time a straight hip hop artist as opposed to somebody doing something a little different. So check us out next time. Peace.